warranty company will only pay for so much, and they only want certain things looked at. They're not going to like evaluate your entire system and then give a list of everything that's wrong. They're literally going there to diagnose the problem that you have and fix only the problem that you have. I don't know how many times on inspections that I've heard, oh, well, don't worry about it. We're going to get you a warranty and that'll help with this and that, whatever. In a lot of cases, it makes sense. It's understandable. One of the things that I noticed is when you have something that's actually already non-functional, everybody thinks of insurances and warranties as they'll be able to cover you when there's a situation. Most people think about it with their car, right? Your car breaks down and okay, well, I can just take it into the dealership and they'll take care of this with the warranty. But you really got to read the fine print on some of these warranties, and obviously if somebody's providing it to you as the seller, sometimes you don't know what warranty company or what warranty service or even the tier of warranty that they're providing. So especially for first-time home buyers, people that really just don't know how this stuff works, the warranty companies and the insurance companies are not in business to pay out claims and to constantly give out money. We've obviously realized what kind of detriment that can cause in the insurance industry because of all of these claims that are being paid out due to fires. We had an insurance agent on a few months ago, and we were all talking about how the fires in California and some of these other claims have devastated the insurance market in California, right? If you can pay out of pocket for some things, it's much better to not push so much into the insurance market, right? So if you have something that can easily be taken care of and you don't necessarily have to push it into your insurance, it's not just necessarily you that it's affecting when you're saying, okay, well, I'll just have my insurance cover it, right? Sometimes you're looking at the more claims that come in a state or in an area, they're less likely to continue to cover these things and they're less likely to renew. But one of the things that I wanted to mention specifically about all this is when you have things that you obviously have in a home inspection, maybe you didn't do a home inspection, but you know it's older, you need to budget to repair and replace these things. Don't expect your warranty company or anybody else for that matter to just say, okay, I can put it on this and then they'll cover it. You got to understand as a homeowner that you have to be responsible to do regular maintenance and upkeep. And then once you get this new device, don't just say, well, it's new. I got plenty of time. I don't need to worry about it. From the beginning, if you maintenance these new devices that you install, whether or not it's a water heater or a dishwasher, the longer it's going to last. One of the things that I've noticed the most is when I go to a house that's in an area that somebody really, really cares about their house or they really feel the need to make sure that they're maintaining things, I find much less in concerns as far as what comes up on my home inspection than I would on a home where somebody just neglected it. Maybe there was a renter in there, they didn't have a property manager, and so no one came and they didn't look at it on a regular basis. You just really have to make sure you understand that these companies are not in it to pay out your claim to repair these problems that you have. They really are in it to help protect you, but it has to be a viable claim. It can't be something that is frivolous. When you think about it, if you go into a home and you're purchasing it and something is already damaged and it's already a problem, that's actually fraudulent for you to be like, oh, well, I'll just wait until it breaks fully and then I'll get my home warranty to cover it. Just keep that in mind. And remember, when the report or the inspector or whatever tradesman comes out and tells you, hey, this is starting to get to the end of its life, your roof, your air conditioning, your heater, just understand that you really do need to budget for that because you're probably going to have to replace it.
What's the fine line, right? Because I'll have clients that they'll buy a home with a roof to where it's not completely new, but it's not shot. It still has a decent amount of years left. One windy storm comes in and it starts creating a leak. They order an insurance claim, gets done. The next client does the same thing and they get denied, and now they're upset that, man, why is it denied, right? So how do they determine that?
Well, that's the problem. It's subjective, right? Not only is it subjective depending on what company you have, it also depends on who actually is handling your claim. There's supposed to be a fine line and there's supposed to be something that they go off of to actually decide, but it really just depends. And it also depends on previous things that you've also filed in and all this. I mean, there's a lot of things that come into play with that. For example, on some kind of a piece of equipment, don't expect them to actually replace the entire thing. So if you have an older air conditioning and heating system, well, I have this warranty, so if it breaks, they're going to fix everything and I'm going to get a brand new system. That is absolutely not the case. They're going to piece each individual item and fix each individual thing. I was just at a house. This has been going on for a long time, probably about 3 weeks. I think I've gone back about 4 or 5 times now to re-inspect this. The homeowner is trusting this warranty company, right? I don't even know who the warranty company was, but the HVAC company keeps coming out and they keep saying, oh, well, this is the problem, we fixed it now. So the homeowner is trusting that they actually did the job to fix it. I keep coming back and saying, no, it's actually not fixed. It's still a problem. It still doesn't work. Not to say that that's how every warranty company works, because it's not. You're going to have different vendors that come out. But I really do believe, in fact, I know this for a fact because I have spoken to someone that's came out for warranty, as opposed to somebody that's going to come out as a vendor that you just call and you're paying. The warranty company will only pay for so much, and they only want certain things looked at. They're not going to like evaluate your entire system and then give a list of everything that's wrong. They're literally going there to diagnose the problem that you have and fix only the problem that you have. Whereas if you call Joe Schmo Heating and Air Conditioning Company and have them come out, they'll look at a lot of different things and they'll give you an idea about this is what you need to maintenance and do and this and this and that. But a lot of times when you actually have a warranty company that's covering you, if you say, well, oh, I also have this going on, well, you didn't file the claim on your warranty for that, so they're not necessarily going to even do anything about it. You might have to file another claim. Basically, when it comes down to it is make sure that when you get these warranties, look into the history they've had, look into the reviews, and then really read the fine print on what you're actually getting and what's going to be covered. If you have an opportunity to speak with someone that actually works at the company, you know, some kind of representative that can actually explain to you how this stuff works, it's a good idea because they're really going to give you an idea about what to expect. There's definitely some good warranty companies out there, and there's definitely ones that will take care of you, but that's the point, is make sure that you do the research, make sure you look into it, and just understand that they're not going to cover everything.
I'm gonna end with that, y'all. If you guys have more comments, more questions, more video topics you guys want us to talk about in the future, you guys know what to do. Just leave it in the comment section below. Later, Chi Chi fams. Peace out.